Greetings and salutations and welcome back to Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, and what is likely to be the finale thereof. So when we left off, Gabriel had flown over to Germany to discover his heritage as a Schartenjäger, to meet his long-lost uncle Wolfgang Ritter, only to find that Wolfgang had already left for a site in Africa, which Gabriel tracked down and followed him to. A site that held a snake mound, a double snake mound, a wheel within a wheel, as in Gabriel's dreams, and the source of the voodoo coven that has been so plaguing New Orleans and Gabriel himself. In the heart of the snake mound, Wolfgang was lost. Wolfgang sacrificed himself so that Gabriel could retrieve the Schartenjäger amulet that had been empowering the voodoo cartel. Fueled by rage at Tetelo, the ancestral spirit powering or driving, if you rather say, the voodoo cartel, Gabriel has now flown back to the United States and is preparing to face them at long last, with a clue to the location of their hidden temple. So, with no more ado, let us restore the game and begin. The beginning of the end, so to speak. At least the end of Gabriel Knight. So, I'm just thinking about where I have to go. I don't think we have any more purposes in the bayou. I don't know whether we can rock up at the Getty estate. I doubt it. But let's try it anyway. Our main work is going to be getting to St. George's bookshop, Gabriel's home and his workplace.
Ms. Getty is unavailable,
Yeah, I thought so.
Mr. Knight.
Fair enough. I do like the way he clips off Mr. Knight. Very disdainful. Okay, so there's nothing much else for us to do there. Or in many of these places. I don't know if there's anything to be seen at the police station. Maybe. I remember that there was in the novelization, but or maybe not at this point, but I remember something that may have been from the novelization that may or may not be in this bit.
Excuse me, Officer Frick.
Whatever it is, no.
No, okay, it's not in this one. In the novelization, if I recall correctly, Gabriel gets to experience the police officers sort of zombified in a sense, presumably controlled by the voodoo cartel. Now let me think, what else is to be done? I don't think there's much else. I think we just go to St. George's at this point. Knocked over chair.
Grace, I'm home. Grace? Oh, no. Grace!
Oh, hello, what's this? Oops, there we go.
The note is from Malia.
Ah.
It's a...
Gabriel, I hope you survive long enough to get this. Tetelo knows you have the talisman. Your life is worth nothing, my love. I fight to save you, but she controls things far more than I. She has taken Grace. Return the talisman and leave New Orleans forever. If you don't, I can't help you. Please. I can't bear to see you die. Please believe me. I love you. Malia.
Who's there? I
Vanishing
have the
mountain lion
talisman.
to see us die.
Yeah? Good
Oh,
for
well,
you.
never
I
mind.
got a headache.
You don't come near me. You're dead.
Oh, was that you at the tomb? You should have said something.
You mean you weren't dead, you son of a bitch?
Do I look dead? No, don't answer that. I was searching the tomb. When I heard someone coming, I broke the light and got in the drawer. Sorry I brained you, but I thought you were one of them.
Christ, you about killed me.
I said I was sorry. Besides, I owed you one for stealing my badge. If it makes you feel any better, I lost my wallet that day.
Your wallet. Oh, I guess you're right. We are even.
Like I
We
said.
took it.
Anyway, we shouldn't stand out here and gab. Someone on the street might see us. Let's go in back and talk.
This might be a slightly short stream, by the way, simply because I don't think we actually have that much left of the game to play. If it's too short, maybe I'll ping into something else for a bit. We'll see.
Okay. Now let's talk.
Oh, I was going to have him hold the shield. Oh well. First things first, can I return his wallet?
By the way,
Ah,
I found your
We
wallet.
can.
Really? Great. What a pal.
What about the card?
I found your credit card.
Thanks. Oh, you didn't put anything on this, did you?
You know, 3
Ooh,
international
maybe.
flights.
Yeah.
Nothing much.
Sorry.
Okay, is there anything... Oh, we can show him the amulet, which does look pretty cool. That is a nice sprite, I do think.
There's no
Okay. What about the
This
key?
is-
Oops. Yes, I know.
there's no
Nope. Or, oops, not what I meant to click on.
this
I
is
do have a very nice knife. Would you like to see that?
there's no
No. We still have the snake rod, by the way, which is worth noting.
there's no
Which we got, of course, from the tomb in Benin. Can I show him the book?
there's
No. Okay. Let's just talk to him.
All right.
So,
What do you know?
Well, you and I know who did him, don't we? But we've got to prove it to somebody who'll listen.
okay.
Have you ever heard?
You mean
No, never.
Okay, no, I don't think he's going to give us much there. Alright, Grace.
What should we do about Grace?
them voodoo people have taken her, the goddamn bastards? We have to find her and save her, and we can't count on the police department for any help.
What should we do about...
I told you, we...
Okay. Fill him
Let
in.
me fill you in on what I've learned in the past 5 days.
Okay, have at it.
Well, Malia Getty is the head of the cartel. Dr. John is her right-hand man.
I learned that much. You sure know how to pick 'em, Knight.
Uh-huh. She's not really responsible, though, because during these ceremonies, she's ridden by the spirit of her ancestor, Tetelo.
You don't say.
It's true. Anyway, I have something, a talisman, that I can use against them. It'll help, but they probably still have a power source somewhere in their hound fool. Also, this whole thing kind of ties in with my nightmares, see? And my family history. My family does this shadow hunting thing, and about 300 years ago...
Look, don't confuse me, okay? You worry about all that metaphysical stuff, and I'll just try and catch the bad guys.
Yeah, you'd never believe me anyway.
Okay, well, what have you been up
So,
to?
fill me in on what you've been doing for the past 5 days.
I've been getting smart, that's what. They got me running, I'll admit. But the day a bunch of drum-banging, mumbo-jumbo chanting magicians can catch old Lightfoot Mosley is the day I die.
Can't argue with that logic.
Well, you know, that,
These
that might
guys
be
have
true,
it
actually.
wired, I tell you. From the mayor to a couple of major judges, right down to the beat cops. The Gettys are untouchable from that angle. But once I really start digging, it was like I could see clearly. These guys are into everything that happens in this city, and most people are scared shitless of them, or they don't know about them at all.
Okay, well, let's make a plan.
Let's make a plan. What do you think we should do?
We need to find the headquarters of the Getty cartel, rescue Grace, and dig up some concrete evidence so that I can take this straight to the FBI.
Sounds easy.
Uh-huh. Do you have any idea where their headquarters might be?
Perhaps.
Well, you do
Oh,
seem to
excuse
have
me
a
if you
knack
heard
for
that.
sniffing out this voodoo stuff. Why don't you see if you can locate it for sure? Meanwhile, I've got some things I've got to do. I'll meet you there later.
How will you find it?
Damn, that's right. If only I had the tracker from my office.
The one
I
we
have it.
took.
Really? Good going. You give it to me and leave a signal device at the entrance to the headquarters.
All right.
Okay, so we have a plan.
Here's the tracker.
Great. Don't forget to leave the signal device near the entrance to the home floor. And be careful.
You too.
Right, so we have to locate the entrance to the Hound 4. We have to leave the signal device in the right place. We have to find some evidence, which I think is going to be in the Hound 4. Can we do anything with the chair?
The chair that
Pick it up?
there's no
Okay, apparently not. Oh, what about our horoscope? We've been reading this as we've gone along. I'm sure it'll be something cheery.
Hans Picayune, dated June 28, 1993.
Excuse me if you hear me drinking.
The weather
Do stay
service
hydrated.
is baffled by the series of bizarre storms that rocked the South yesterday. 20 died and close to 100 were injured. The storms only accentuate the bad luck that seems to have gripped the South. The crime rate for the past 3 days has peaked to unprecedented levels. And there have been 50 reports of food poisoning in New Orleans alone.
That's
In other words,
unexpected. A lot.
keep your head down, folks, and pray that August will return us to sanity.
Not August Hart, I
Wary
hope.
Gabriel reads his horoscope for the day.
Yeah, I can understand
Gird
being wary.
thyself with mercy. Arm thyself with righteousness. The final hour awaits.
Wow.
There's a school teacher somewhere who's damn confused.
Yes. Also, nice hint there. I should mention, by the way, at this point, that there are actually 2 endings to this game. It's one of those games, a bit like, say, Deus Ex, where there are exactly 2 endings. Oh, well, sorry, I'm getting a bit mixed up. Where the choice of endings happens right at the end of the game. Basically, most of the game is effectively linear in terms of plot. And then right at the end you have a last minute decision that determines what the ending will be. It's one of those. Now, as we were flying in at the end of the, that is to say, as Gabriel was flying into New Orleans at the end of the previous session, we were wondering, or he was wondering that is, where the Voodoo Hound 4 was located. Being unhappy that he didn't have any idea of where it was located, only to look out at Jackson Square here and have the narration say, or did he, sort of thing. Because if we go into Jackson Square, and let it load in. Oh, I've gone into the cathedral. Oops, not where I meant to click on, but that's okay. Jackson Square's just out here. Right, so if we come into Jackson Square, we'll see it is another wheel within a wheel, just like the Benin Snake Mound, suggesting that this might be the location of the Voodoo Hound 4. Now, let me see, do I have anything that would help me here? I don't think so, really.
A white Jackson Square is a good
No, I can't really
a
get
bronze
into
statue. Jackson's
to recognize it. I know where to go, but I honestly don't remember what the clue was to that. I mean, other than, you know, they've hinted Jackson Square, so it must surely be somewhere nearby. And if you come to Jackson Square, you'll find there's no clear entryway here. And you just go to a neighbouring screen, I suppose, because the entrance to the Voodoo Hound 4 is actually in the cathedral. Specifically, it is in the confessional. I suppose the idea is that you just explore around a bit. So specifically, you see that little brown spot there?
There's a knothole about the size of a quarter in the wood paneling on that wall.
Yep, that is the keyhole for this thing, just as the holes in the snake mound walls.
Something about this knothole looks familiar.
It's moving.
Nice bit of art,
I
that.
knew it.
Sierra had some really good art, I will say.
Ride's over.
We come out into a high-tech location.
The elevator stops at a room underneath the cathedral.
Express elevator to hell.
Now, can we get back in there?
The
Alright. Good, we can get back into the elevator. Because we want to tell Mosley where to come to get into the Voodoo Hound 4. So we're going to want two things for him to be able to get in behind us. One, we're going to want to stash the snake rod around so that he can operate the knothole.
Gabriel puts the snake rod under the bench for Mosley.
Although I noticed that our icon, for a moment, there was still the snake rod. Ooh, sorry, I'm a bit tired. And we want to leave the tracker for him.
All right, Mosley. There's your signal.
Right. So here we go. Now, this section can actually
The
get a little
elevator
dangerous.
returns to the cathedral.
Ah, there we are.
Gabriel's stuck now.
I was worried that would happen the first time that we stepped out. Thankfully it didn't. This is
That
rather
piece of
lovely,
art
by the
on the
way.
wall looks like something the Gettys had transplanted from Africa.
Yeah, I can believe that. Note, by the way, the curve of this wall. As you'll see, well, you'll see soon why that is. I'm just going to save quickly. As I said, this area can actually be a bit dangerous. So I'm going to save every so often so that I don't lose progress. So let's go out here. As you see, we're in a high-tech wheel within a wheel.
This sign has 6 snakes on it.
I'll take their word for that, but alright. That doesn't look like 6 snakes to me, but as I said, I'll take their word for it. I think it's probably just an icon that that works at low resolution. But I think we can infer that this thing is 5 and that's 1. So presumably this is, in fact, a copy of the Snake Mound in Benin, which again we entered via the number 6 room. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to walk the circle again. Here's number 5.
A door.
And let's, let's operate the keypad. Ah, looks like a place of work. Who's this shadowy
A painting
figure?
of a shadowy figure is on the wall. One of the lower, maybe.
We are looking for evidence, so maybe this is a good place to
Gabriel
look.
looks at the papers in the
Okay, nothing there.
Gabriel looks.
No,
Gabriel look.
no,
Gabriel.
nothing of interest
Although
in there.
Gabriel is no computer expert,
High priced in the
Desk
90s
chair.
at any rate.
the
Okay, so there's nothing much going on here.
the desk are locked. The desk.
Okay. So this one doesn't seem terribly useful to us, as far as I see. Actually, I should check one of those shelves. Sorry, let me go back in quickly. I want to check that shelf in the corner there.
That doesn't.
Uh,
Gabriel. Gabriel. There is no.
okay.
This must be. This.
Okay, that's not a real thing. Fair enough. Let's keep moving. Let's keep exploring the circle. Don't worry, we'll get to the inner circle in due course. That's interesting. That looks like their Veve.
A beautiful rendering of the Getty Veve hangs in the hall.
Okay, so this is, as you can see, number 4. See what's in here. Oh, this one looks a bit more promising. Oh, by the way, content warning, there is going to be some slightly grim stuff coming up. Maybe not as graphic as in previous episodes, but just be warned. Ah, hello.
Gabriel looks at the inbox and sees a black record book.
And
The
what's
white
this?
board contains what looks like calculus equations.
Interesting.
Who knows what these guys are into?
They're into maths. The monsters.
Gabriel looks at the...
Nothing of interest there.
Gabriel...
Nothing of interest there.
Gabriel...
Nothing of interest there. Can I look at the post-it note?
Although Gabriel...
No. Who's
A
this?
portrait of a beautiful, intelligent-looking woman is on the wall. She reminds Gabriel of Malia. Her mother, perhaps?
I wonder whether I can copy down... This is my one, right?
Gabriel...
Yeah, well, yeah, Gabriel's father's one rather than Gabriel's as such, but it's what we've been using for notes. Can we
There's
copy
no
any of
re-
that? No, okay. So we're just going to take this record book.
This record book might be the kind of thing Mosley wanted for the FBI.
Can we read that, I wonder? Oh yes, interesting.
The Getty Tribe
important that we read
record
this.
book contains the names and rotted drum codes for tribal members.
Yes. Sister Alligator, Brother Eagle, Brother Tiger, Sister Owl, Sister Giselle, Brother Rhino, Brother Lion, Sister Puma, I think that is. Interesting that these are animals from all over the world, actually. Alligators and pumas, at least, are New World animals. They're from the Americas, if I'm not much mistaken. Eagles, I suppose you get more or less around the world. Tigers are Asian primarily, I believe. Owls, I'm not sure of. I know they're at least found in the Old and New World, so that's not a great example. Not sure about Giselles, but rhinos and lions are African and Asian animals, Old World animals at any rate. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting to note. But more important is this set of RADA drum codes, so we're going to want that. Oops, I want this because we need to operate the keypad to get out. Okay, let's keep exploring. Ooh, that's quite nice.
The houndful is decorated with priceless African art.
Hey, it probably is pretty much priceless. Alright, let's see what's in door number 3. Ah, this room.
The room smells of Malia's perfume.
And look how richly
Someone's
appointed it is.
coming.
Okay, there we go. He's hiding for us. I thought we were going to have to hide. We were going to have to enact the hiding. Nice lighting. I like that.
Tetelo, come to me. Your daughter requests an audience.
What is it you seek, child?
Tetelo, I beg you again, for my sake, spare Gabriel's life.
Do not protect or mourn that one. He will only betray you.
Gabriel would never betray me.
I like the
He
way this
will.
first
Has got to betray me.
silhouette
Blinded
flickers.
by the light, he will despise your darkness.
No, I don't believe that. You were betrayed, but Gabriel is different. I cannot serve you any longer. Choose another. I cannot go on.
So you say, because you are drawn to the light. What you do not know is that the light will never have you. You only corrupt it when you draw near.
Not
I
sure
don't believe you.
that.
This way, this life is too painful. I must be free of it.
You can never be free.
Of course, she wants Malia to
See,
think
my
that.
daughter, what I've told you is true. You will see.
Wait! I won't go through with it. I won't. I won't.
So, two interesting points there, I feel. Well, three. First is that Malia actually seems to be somewhat on our side in this. She doesn't want to keep living as she has. She doesn't want to remain under Tetlo's thrall, and she doesn't want to kill Gabriel. Second, confirmation, in case we needed it, that Tetelo is very real. And Tetelo's the one who's actually in charge here. And third, confirmation that Tetelo... how do I put this? Is somewhat set in her belief that Gabriel is like Gunther, that Gabriel will betray Malia. So yes, interesting, I think.
Malia's bed is an antique, elaborately carved in wood.
And I do love the way they depicted the meeting between the living woman and the spirit behind the screen. That was really
hand-painted
effective,
screen
I felt.
separates a small shrine from the rest of the room. Candles burn atop the table, and some offerings have been left there.
Don't suppose I can take any of this.
It might not be...
Yeah, no, that's fair. Alright, let's head out. Okay. So that's room 3. We've achieved a couple of things here, so just to be on the safe side, I'm going to save. Okay, let's go on then. Oh, yep, this is the one, this is the reason I wanted to save. Also the main reason for the content warning.
Passe Makuri.
Dr. John is deeply enmeshed in spiritual communion with the Loa. He's dressed as his bird of prey, Totem, just like he was at the bayou.
And that's worth remembering.
The skull of a huge bull forms part of the altar.
Oh, that's interesting.
A
Oops.
plastic card on a chain hangs on the wall.
Sorry for skipping that bit. I didn't realize he was going to say something in English.
This land is already in our hands.
Note that blade over there. Let's just head out before he spots us. Oh wow, is it 10 o'clock already? Anyway, continuing on. Actually, you know what? Oh, no, it's not where I wanted to go. Let's, since we're here, let me just save one more time. Clicky, 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 and let me show you what happens if we do disturb Dr. John. I seem to recall it's not pleasant, but I think it's probably worth seeing. Just look at all the way this place is blood spattered.
Do you really...
Ito.
Do you...
Gabriel Knight, how
There we
dare
go.
you violate my sanctuary?
Oh, is this your room? I'm so sorry.
You are so dead.
Okay, it's not quite as dark as I'd remembered, but still, he kills us.
I really don't want to be dead. Can we try that again?
We can. So, here's the thing. We do want that card that's on the other side of his room, so we're going to need to get there somehow. So we're going to need some way of getting past Dr. John. We'll continue exploring, but there's a reason that I made a point of noting that he was associated with a bird of prey, i.e. an eagle. So we're going to be wanting to remember this Rada drum code. Anyway, let's continue exploring the outer ring of the circle within,
It's
of the wheel
locked.
within a wheel. Oh, this one's locked. Interesting. So let's remember that number 1 is locked. Okay, and here we come back to 12. Once again, 12 rooms, one for each hour of the wheel. Okay.
The houndful is
Yeah, we've heard that. We peek in the bathroom
A
here.
bathroom? How human of them.
They are people. They are humans. most people are not necessarily humans, but as humans they are presumably people. Okay. Oops, I don't need to talk with the button.
It's locked.
Another one locked at 11. So 11 and 1 are locked, that's worth remembering. So then 10. Oh yes, this room. I like this tune. It's a dark version of Old MacDonald Had a Farm. On that farm he had a snake. E-I-E-I-O.
The goats look unconcerned. At least they have no idea what's in store for them. The small cages contain tarantulas and rats.
Shame.
This snake is quite a bit larger than one they use in the ritual.
He's immense and very cool.
Perhaps he's more of a tribal mascot. He's obviously too large for one person to handle.
I love the lighting and shading on this. Look at the way the sort of subtle, well, not subtle as blue underlights, and that is such good art. That really, really is. Especially given that it's pixel art, working at such a low resolution carries some additional challenges. Okay, so where are we here? 9? 9, but yeah! Okay, just another general room by the looks of it. Nothing of great interest there. Almost through the circle. And then stuff, more interesting stuff can happen. Oh, this looks like it's an interestingly decorated room. 8.
It's locked.
8 is also locked. So what was it? It was 8, 11 and 1, I think, were locked. 7... Oh, that's a pretty kitty. Look at a pretty kitty. Okay. Here we have a storeroom of sorts by the looks of it.
Everything you need for a date with the Loa. Everything.
Those two masks remind Gabriel of
they
the
are
ones
masks.
used at the Bayou ritual.
Oh, nice set of jaws there. We all want masks, I do think.
I think I'll take this wolf mask for me.
It is a cool choice.
This boar mask seems appropriate for Mosley, if he ever makes it.
Can
Gabriel,
we grab anything else?
The bag.
Oh, and
A
robes.
robe for me. A robe for prosperity.
Prosperity, Gabriel?
Ceremonial robes hang behind the other supplies. Large storage.
Storage barrels?
The
anything?
contents of the bag.
No, okay. So we got some stuff out of this one. That's a good start. Oops, I'm missing the exit. There we go. Now, where was Dr. John? Dr. John was... No, Gabriel. There, thank you. Was up at the top somewhere? Actually, I think it would have been quicker to go this way. Such a pretty kitty. Look at the big smile on the pretty kitty. Okay, so this is 6 again. This is where we came in. So we have completed our revolution. Our approach to play has been positively revolutionary. Where was Dr. John? Was it this one? Was it 3? No, it was not. That's Malia's. Okay, let's try another one. Oops, there we go. Oh, in other news, I've signed up at Mastodon recently. This is the one we're looking for. It's a social media network, much like Twitter, but not Twitter. I've been rather liking it thus far. If you know my Twitter account, it's the same. Okay, so 2 is Dr. John's. Okay, so let's head into the center of the circle, and you'll see then why I'm going there, I think. Through one of the spokes here. Okay, so this is the center of the circle. There's a ritual altar, much like the one that we found in Benin. A totem pole, apparently, and some drums. Let's have a look at this first.
These panels seem to tell a story. Tetelo holding up the talisman. A ship sailing. Slaves rising up and killing their owners. Haiti, probably. Looks like Tetelo's people arriving in New Orleans. They accumulate great power through voodoo. The Hound Fool is built under Jackson Square. Heck of a family album.
The Getty Houndful Porto me time.
Okay, so again I'm going to save, because again there is danger, specifically danger of accidentally bumping into Dr. John if we do this, if we go the wrong way. But first...
Okay, I'll give it a shot, but I'm no musician.
Okay, so we want to summon... next book. There we go. This is the book that we got from one of the other rooms in the circle here. Brother Eagle. To Hound 4. Called tribal meeting. That's quite. No, I think summon to Hound 4 makes the most sense to me. Do we just exit? Yeah, there we go.
A door opens in the distance.
So now we want to go and we want to not bump into... Ooh, there's a bad bit of clipping there. We want to not bump into Dr. John. I am a little worried that this is the route that he's going to take. Let's see. Nope, it's not. Good. And then we want to get back round to 2. And we want to get there... Wait, which way am I going? I'm going the wrong way. That's which way I'm going. And we want to get into and out of Dr. John's place before he gets back. Was he 3? He might have been 3. Nope, he looks like he was 2. Oh, that is the way my memory is sometimes. Not that it's always bad, mind you, but on some things it just doesn't hold on well. I hope I haven't used up too much time there. If I have, I'll just reload. Not that you can't reattempt, but it'll be quicker to reload, I think. Okay, he's not back yet at least. We don't want to bump into him, of course. So let's rush over there, grab this card, and rush back. And not sure. I think this way is probably the safer. Nope, it was not. Hello, Dr. John. Oh dear.
Gabriel Knight. So it was you on the drums.
No. Malia invited me down.
You lie. You will die for that.
And same animation. Okay. So we want to head down rather than up.
Okay,
So, oops, not warn, not warn. We want to summon Brother Eagle to Hound 4.
A door opens in the distance.
Okay, so this one seemed to work out for us, this path. So let's take it again. I actually like that they've actually implemented a bit of flicker to the fluorescent lights. That's quite nicely done. Okay, we want room 2. Okay. this one. Even having done this before, this is honestly a little bit of a nervy part of the game, I will confess. And quickly go and collect that. So I don't know exactly how much time I have, and I don't know which route Dr. John is going to take. And if he does catch me, as you've seen, it's a one-hit kill. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay. Actually, room 1 was one of the locked rooms, if I recall correctly. Let's try it and see. Yep, it's locked. Good, good, good. Which means we might be able to use this here.
It fits.
Nice. Oh, wow.
Stacks of bills are bound and pressed into neat piles. The bars contain, no doubt, yet more incredible wealth. Gold bullion. Lots of it.
These guys obviously have little confidence in the U.S. government.
I like the shine that they've depicted on these gold bars. Again, some really lovely art in this game. We are, of course, going to help ourselves.
Gabriel cannot see.
There we go.
I know it's dirty money, but it's for a good cause. Me.
Can we just keep taking? Hold on, I'd better save just in case this is some sort of... you know what? Let me save in a new slot.
I hate to say it, but I can't carry any more.
Oh, there we go.
I
Looks like-
will. $1 million or so ought to hold me.
Alright, so we do just get stopped. Good. That's a bit of a relief. I was a little worried that we were going to end up taking so much time filling our pockets with cash that we were going to not be able to, or that we were going to get caught or some such thing.
Gabriel feels a little guilty as he looks at the stack of bills. He hopes he isn't breaking any of Schattenjäger rules. Of course, the family castle really is in need of some serious repairs.
Okay, so I think 11 was the next one that was locked. Yeah. Gabriel, here we are. Just check.
It's locked.
Yeah, good, good. Oops. There we go. Could have just clicked it from the main UI, but that's fine. Oh dear. Well, this is a dire room.
More corpses are stored in wall compartments. It looks like a deep freeze in there.
I'd actually forgotten about this room.
A stainless steel bucket is on the floor. Its contents are better left unsaid.
But conversely, again, really nice depiction of metallicity there.
Underneath the surgical lamps is a gurney with a body on it.
No one I know.
Human hearts. So that's what they do with them. But why?
Maybe I
Question.
shouldn't even ask. They're used for some powerful gris-gris, no doubt. Or maybe that's what Tetelo has for lunch.
Ugh, lovely.
A small stainless steel table on wheels provides a surface for instruments during the procedures performed in this room. It's too late to do anything.
Okay, so I don't think there's anything to be done in here. Let's, that is a nasty looking knife. Let's move on, shall we? Okay.
A door opens and shuts in
Ah.
the distance. Dr. John must have returned to his room.
So we actually do have a fair chunk of time. That's good to know. And then the last one that's locked. I do like the order in which they've... There's actually some nice game design here. Because at least the way that I've ended up playing, and maybe it's just the route that I've taken, but it seems to me that the business with Dr. John sort of encourages you to go downwards from his room when you exit. Because if you go up from it, you potentially end up bumping into Dr. John. And in that direction, the last of the 3 locked rooms is this one, and it is, if I'm not much mistaken, the most important of the 3 locked rooms. Because it's the one with Grace in it.
Grace! I found her!
The sound of Radha drums echo through the Hanvur. The ritual must be about to begin.
The end game is coming up now. Ah, Mosley.
Mosley, you made it.
Thank God. I thought I saw you ducking in here. Those goddamn drums started as soon as I got off that elevator thing, and I heard voices from above. I have a feeling the masked voodooies are about to invade.
I found Grace.
I see that. Check her out. Then you and I need to find a way to blend into the woodwork, bud.
Can I talk with you?
Can I ask you some questions?
We don't have...
Okay. Can I just talk?
Hey,
No need to thank...
Okay.
Grace! Wake up! Talk to me!
Grace does not respond.
Not encouraging.
Grace is lying still on the bed. She may be unconscious, or worse.
Okay. Is there anything else we can do to check her out? There is that, perhaps?
This talisman is supposed to have some sort of power.
Grace! Wake up! Grace!
Didn't work, I'm afraid.
What?
Oh, it did!
What's going on? Gabriel! Mosley! Where are we? What's going on?
We're in the Getty Cartel Hound Four, Grace. The ritual is about to begin. And I'm afraid you're the main course.
Is that what those drums are? I heard them in my sleep. I couldn't wake up.
Yeah. Makes you want to dance, don't they?
Be serious. What are we gonna do now?
Right, let's make a plan. What do you want us to do, Gabriel?
You're asking me?
Oh God, we're in trouble.
Well, I realize I'm the professional, but you do know more about what we're up against here.
Okay. Grace, they expect you to be unconscious, so you better fake it. That should put you in a good position when it's time. Mosley, you and I will be with the other ritualists. As for the ritual itself, I'd say Tetelo is our worst problem. I remember from the bayou that she didn't show up until Dr. John blew that drug on Malia's face. If I can prevent him from doing that, we can keep Tetelo out of it, I think.
Well, how are you gonna do that?
I don't know. I'll think of something.
Uh-huh. What if Tetelo does show up?
Let's just worry about making sure that doesn't happen.
Okay, so you're gonna prevent this spirit thing from showing up. Fine. I'll take care of the big guy, Dr. John, when the time comes.
And I can handle Malia herself, as long as she is Malia.
Well, keep an eye on her, for her own good. But don't hurt her.
Who? Me?
We'll wait for your signal then.
Fine. But you guys aren't gonna get far looking like that.
Well, that is why I brought these. So, Gabriel wanted this one for Mosley.
Here, it's a disguise.
Gee, a boar. How thoughtful. And what are you, pray tell?
A wolf?
You goddamn wiener.
Speaking of which, here's my wolf disguise.
A wolf. How appropriate.
Someone's coming. Grace, get down.
What are you doing here?
Thought this room was empty.
Go to the circle. Now.
Okay, we're going to want to save soon, because this, my friends, is the end game. And I don't know how many opportunities we're going to get to save. And this bit can be lost. There's some danger here. Save at this point. I'm going to save over that one just in case it doesn't work.
She's already being ridden by Tetelo.
So much for keeping Tetelo out of things.
You said
Yeah, I know.
Great, now what?
I don't know.
I do feel sorry for the chickens in use. Still don't have control.
Oh, great Buttergreen, take this sacrifice.
Do something quick.
Ah, and we have control. Okay, I'm going to make another save here quickly. And I suppose the thing to do is to use the amulet.
Tetelo, stop! Won't let you kill her!
What? You bastard of a bastard!
There's an insult.
Can't stop me. Watch your friend die.
Uh-oh. The talisman seemed to have little effect on protecting Grace from this distance.
Oh, but Grace is pretty spry.
John! Kill her! We must have the sacrifice! Get out! All of you!
Looks like Mosley hit Dr. John with that shot. Yeah. Right on the sacrificial table, too. Activating it.
You have
Revealing
killed my
an idol.
chosen one witch hunter. For that you shall pay. But first, these intruders shall die. Give me the talisman, witch hunter, or your friends will die horribly. Right now!
Okay, again I'm going to save. Now, I don't think we actually got it in this playthrough, but there's a line of dialogue earlier in the game where Mosley reminds Gabriel of how they used to play Monkey in the Middle when they were young. And I think that's what we have to do here.
Sure. Tetelo, you want the talisman? Here, catch.
Send it to where it can get Grace a little better.
Go on. Get Grace out of here. The talisman will protect you. What about... Just go!
You are unarmed now, witch hunter.
Not entirely.
Approach me and kneel.
Malia, are you there?
She's too powerful.
Yeah, just a horrifying thought that Malia's in there, but unable to do anything with her own body as Tetelo controls it. But we are within reach of that little idol thing there.
No! Stop!
Seems to have been the original source of the Geddy family power before they got the talisman to boost their abilities.
Shit!
Also, nice bit of art here. Oops, I think we did something pretty dramatic when we just smashed that idol. Final decision's coming up, by the way, the one that determines which ending we get.
Go ahead. Destroy her. Destroy me. You are truly your father's son, witch hunter.
Tesla is still full of hatred, I'm afraid.
Oh, Gabriel, please.
So, here's the choice. Do we save Malia, or do we condemn her? Do we toss her down the crack, or do we try to draw her back up? This is the choice that will determine which ending we get. Well, our horoscope said to be merciful. So, indeed, we're going to try to save her. How do we do that?
I've got
There we
you,
go.
Malia.
No. You will betray her, witch hunter.
One of my favourite lines in the game, by the way.
You kill her.
So, you will betray her.
Gabriel, you didn't betray me.
I've got you.
It's no good.
You see, she's
It
cutting
has to
Gabriel's arm, Tetela,
With me.
trying to force him to drop her.
No! Don't let go! Damn it!
This thing.
Don't you let go!
Goodbye, my love.
No!
Down she goes.
I think it's over now.
Yes.
I'm sorry about Malia. I know you cared for her. You've changed, you know.
Have I?
Yeah. So, are you gonna do it? Be Schottenjäger?
I'm gonna try. Don't worry, though. You'll be back at school, safe and sound.
I don't have to go back.
Grace, give up your PhD?
There are things in this world, Gabriel. A spiritual path can be more important than a path of the mind.
Spiritual path, huh? Well, you're welcome to stay, Gracie. Just as long as you don't expect me to know what I'm doing.
This is a historical moment, isn't it? 300 years ago, the Ritter talisman was stolen by Tetelo. She used to draw her family to power while your family withered. She helped provoke the slave revolt in Haiti. She's probably the reason for a lot of the flavor and history of New Orleans. Good and bad. Now she's gone and your family is restarting. Yeah, it almost makes you wonder, doesn't it? If it wasn't supposed to happen that way. You know, good coming from evil.
You think too much.
But really, I think the most tragic thing was all those generations of young women, like Maya, trapped by this large overriding personality forced into a life of horror.
That is pretty tragic.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of living with you, Grace.
Wow, Gabriel.
You know I said you've changed?
Yeah?
I was wrong.
Are you sorry?
Nah.
These are hints that they do like each other, they really do. And here we are. Final score 332 of 342, so I've missed 10 points somewhere. Thank you for playing Gabriel Knight, it says. And that was the good ending to the game. I forget exactly how the bad ending goes. I think it might be that you end up getting Gabriel killed. But yes, in the good ending, you try to save Malia, but Tetelo rejects your attempts to save her, and Malia herself decides to take Tetelo with her and lets go of your hand. And as a result, that ends, and Gabriel and Grace both escape. Either way, Malia and Tetelo die, because the other option is you just letting them go. But I think that Gabriel dies if you don't at least try to save Malia. Anyway, so that is Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, the beginning of one of my favourite game series. Yeah, I'll admit, of the 3 Gabriel Knight games, it's actually my least favourite, but that's not saying a lot because I actually very, very much like all of them. I just happen to like 2 and 3 even more. 2 is in fact my favourite in the series, and 3 is only slightly below it, which may be a slightly controversial opinion amongst fans of Gabriel Knight, but there it is. That's just my personal preferences. I happen to really like what they did in the 3rd Gabriel Knight. It has its issues, of course, but for me it's better. It works out better than this one. Anyway, so we've been streaming for about an hour. It is kind of late here, so I think we'll call the stream here rather than trying to jump into something else for a bit. So, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've had fun. I very much have. Stay well, and how do I quit this? Let's let the music play for a bit. Jane Jensen and Robert Holmes. And Robert Holmes' music is just excellent in these games. He scored all 3, I think, of the Gabriel Knight games, and it's just some really impressive music. Oh, and by the way, I don't think I'll give credits here, but yes, Tim Curry as Gabriel Knight, Mark Hamill as Detective Mosley, Michael Dorn as Dr. John. Yeah, I thought it was Tim Curry as the butler, the Getty Mansion butler. I thought it sounded like him. Anyway, let me cut it there. So yes, again, thank you for joining me. Stay well and goodbye.